My name is Drew York. I'm a painter and muralist living here in Milwaukee. So I started riding BMX as a teen and became a professional around 18, 19. And that was when traveling started for me. So I got to go to all these different places and explore these cities on my bike, going through alleyways, different neighborhoods that you'd never really think of going and seeing as a tourist in the town. And through that, I got to see all types of street art, all types of purposeful public art, and then art that people were putting up on their own. And so I was seeing, I was drawn to both, and really like, oh my gosh, this seems even more fun and exciting than what I'm doing as a rider. And so over the next 5 to 10 years, as I was still riding BMX, I was more and more falling in love with art and public art and street art. So as my professional career ended with BMX, I moved back from Tulsa, Oklahoma, where I was based for 5 years, back to my hometown. And when I got back to my hometown, my passion for BMX was dwindling. And so I just started working labor jobs, and I started painting houses. And that really got me into painting. And some people absolutely hate it, and it didn't seem that way for me. I could really get in the groove, and I enjoyed putting color on people's walls. In my hometown, I was still sketching and painting, making canvases here and there, selling them online, but nothing too crazy as I was painting houses for a full-time job. And during that time, there was a venue in town called Roztalks. It's a music venue and coffee shop. And my buddy owned that, and he would host art shows for people. So he had mentioned to me, if you want to have an art show, get some stuff together, we'll have an opening, you can have your stuff up for a month. And so I took that opportunity and gathered up a bunch of things that I had, framed some different things, and put a show together, and it went really well. And that really boosted my drive and passion for it as well. I was like, oh my gosh, this seems like something I really want to do. And so I then just started focusing more on my art. The feeling is just super empowering, and it makes me realize that my art can help or make a change or do something for other people. It's not just a visual art that people can go, oh, pretty, or not for me. When you're doing something like Feed Your Soul and you're able to donate a piece of art that's going to directly impact somebody by putting food on their table, there's no better feeling as an artist. The amount of talent that gets showcased within one room at Feed Your Soul is incredible. Just to be a part of it and be next to some of these artists and to feel comfortable like, oh, I'm an artist that's also doing my thing, and that's good enough. And I've had trouble in the past comparing myself to others, but when you realize how empowering your community is and how people here are just trying to lift each other up, and it's not pitted against each other, it really helps to want to go to these events and want to create and want to support something like Feed Your Soul. After being involved in seeing and not even seeing, because it's so packed full of people and there's so many different interactive elements going on, it's so stimulating, and it's such a big city vibe, that gets put together in such a, smaller, big city like Milwaukee. So I think for people to experience it, they will absolutely be buying a ticket next year because it's such a cool event.